Welcome back to Journey After 60. Today, we'll uncover 4 powerful reminders that make a man miss you more deeply, not by chasing, but by becoming unforgettable in the ways that count. By the time a man reaches 60, missing someone isn't about distance or silence. It's about meaning. He doesn't ache for the woman who dazzles for a moment, but for the one who leaves a quiet imprint on his days. Not through grand gestures, but through the simple ways she understands what matters most to him now. Because here's the truth. Men at this age don't long for drama. They long for steadiness, warmth, and the presence that follows them even when you're not in the room. If this message resonates, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and save it so you can revisit these reminders whenever you need them. Here, we don't chase illusions. We share honest truths about love after 60. So let's begin with the very first reminder. It's not about what you say to impress him. It's about the way you make him feel when words fall silent. Number 1. Consistency of care. The steady presence he can count on. When a man is past 60, what makes him miss you isn't the thrill of surprise or the chase of uncertainty. He's had years of that. What lingers in his mind now is the woman who shows up with steady, reliable care, the kind that doesn't waver when days are ordinary or when life feels heavy. It's not about grand declarations or dramatic gestures. It's in the small rhythms, the way you check in without being asked, the way you remember the details he quietly mentioned, the way you offer steadiness when the world around him feels unpredictable. To him, this kind of consistency isn't boring, it's rare. Most women think men only miss excitement, but at this stage, excitement fades quickly. What stays is the memory of someone who made him feel supported, without noise or conditions. That's the presence he finds himself returning to in thought, long after the conversation ends. The truth is, consistency of care tells him something deeper. You're not giving out of need, but out of genuine choice. That makes the connection feel safe, not pressured. And that's when he starts to miss you, not because you're gone, but because your presence feels like home. So what does this mean for you? It doesn't mean you have to carry every burden for him or constantly be available. It means choosing to show up with presence instead of pressure. A kind message, a steady tone, a small act of thoughtfulness. Those are enough. Men over 60 don't forget the woman who makes life feel lighter simply by being consistent. Don't overthink it, and don't exhaust yourself trying to be perfect. Instead, focus on being genuine. Let him see that your care isn't a performance, but an extension of who you are. In time, he won't just notice it, he'll start to miss it, because true steadiness is hard to find, and even harder to replace. And once you see this clearly, you'll understand. The first secret to being missed isn't about sparks, it's about the steady warmth you leave behind. Next, we'll look at the second reminder, one that has less to do with what you give and more to do with what you allow. Number 2. Respectful space. The freedom that makes him draw closer. Not every woman realizes this, but after 60, what a man values just as much as companionship is space. He's lived a lifetime answering to expectations, carrying responsibilities, and meeting demands. What makes him miss a woman isn't when she fills every corner of his world. It's when she leaves room for him to breathe, to be himself, and to return to her freely. As the philosopher Khalil Gibran once wrote, "Let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you." This wisdom is timeless. True closeness isn't about constant nearness. It's about allowing enough distance for love to breathe. When a man over 60 feels that kind of respect from you, he doesn't feel trapped. He feels trusted. And that trust is what makes him miss you, not out of absence, but out of appreciation. You don't start missing someone who's always there, always asking, always needing. You miss the person who gives you freedom without guilt, the one who doesn't take your silence personally, but trusts that connection is deeper than constant words. This doesn't mean you pull away or play cold. It means you create balance. Share your presence, but don't smother. Offer care, but don't control. Let him come back to you on his own, because that's when longing begins to grow. Men at this stage of life are drawn to women who understand that love isn't measured by closeness alone, but by the respect for distance. And paradoxically, the more space he feels with you, the more he'll find himself missing the comfort of your presence. So what can you do with this truth? Start by letting go of the fear that giving him space means losing him. It's the opposite. When you respect his need for quiet, for solitude, or even just for time with his own thoughts, you show him that your love isn't rooted in control. It's rooted in trust. Don't measure connection by how often he's beside you. Measure it by how much he chooses to come back, because he feels safe, not pressured. That's when he begins to miss you, not out of habit, but out of genuine desire. So if you want him to think of you more when you're apart, give him the gift of freedom. A man who feels trusted will always circle back, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Don't let these truths slip away. Hit save so they can be your reminder whenever love feels uncertain. Have you ever noticed how certain conversations linger in your mind long after they've ended? That's the quiet power of emotional connection. And for a man over 60, it's the third thing that makes him truly miss a woman. Not the noise, not the drama, but the rare bond that speaks directly to his heart. Number 3. Emotional attunement. Hearing what his words don't say. Some connections fade because people only listen to what's spoken. But what makes a man miss you, especially after 60, is when you can hear what lives beneath the silence. At this stage, he may not pour out every worry or fear, but he deeply values the woman who notices the shift in his tone, the weight behind his eyes, or the pause in his stories. It's not about fixing him or offering endless advice. It's about attunement, showing that you truly see him. When you respond with patience instead of judgment, when you sit with him in quiet moments without needing to fill the space, he feels understood, and understanding is rare. That's what lingers in his heart when you're not around. Many women believe men don't want to share feelings. The truth is, they just want to be received without pressure. If you can hold that space with calm presence, he won't only notice it, he'll start to long for it. Because very few people, even at this age, know how to listen past the surface. I've seen this truth play out up close with my Aunt Catherine and Uncle Richard. They've been together for more than 30 years, but in the beginning it wasn't easy. Catherine carried deep scars from a painful divorce, and trusting again did not come naturally. Richard, now in his later years, often struggled to put feelings into words. But what kept their bond alive wasn't speeches or promises. It was the way he noticed the quiet things. When Catherine grew withdrawn, he didn't push. He would simply pour her tea and sit nearby, giving her space without making her feel alone. When she hesitated to share her fears, he listened to what her silence was saying. Over time, that kind of emotional attunement healed wounds that words never could. Today, Catherine often admits that what makes her miss Richard the most, even when he's gone for just a few days, isn't his conversations. It's the steady presence of someone who understands her without her needing to explain. So perhaps the wisdom is this: resist the urge to fill every silence or to rush in with quick answers. Pay attention to the subtle signs instead. The glance, the pause, the unspoken wait. Sometimes the most powerful gift you can offer a man is not advice, but the quiet assurance that he is seen and understood, even when words are absent. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your own story or perspective in the comments below, because your voice might be the reminder someone else needs today. And finally, there's one last truth, the kind that doesn't just make you miss you, but makes you cherish you. Because at this stage, what lingers most in a man's heart is not beauty, not even comfort, but legacy. The feeling that being with you gives his life deeper meaning. Number 4. Shared meaning. Building a life that still feels worthwhile. At the end of the day, what makes a man over 60 miss a woman most is not beauty, nor habit, nor even comfort. It's the sense of shared meaning, the feeling that being with her gives his life a renewed purpose. By this stage, he's no longer chasing distractions. He's asking deeper questions. What is all this for? Who is walking with me as I grow older? When you bring meaning into his days, whether through shared rituals, laughter over simple meals, or the steady reminder that love can still grow, you give him something far more powerful than company. You give him legacy. And that's what stays with him long after the moment has passed. This isn't about trying to be his reason for living. It's about reminding him that life still holds richness, even in its later chapters. And when he feels that with you, he doesn't just miss your presence, he treasures it. From my own research, I've seen how much this sense of meaning truly matters. In one large study on older adults, over 72% of men above 60 reported that what they valued most in a partner was not appearance or even shared hobbies, but the feeling of purpose the relationship brought into their daily lives. If you truly want to stay in his thoughts, don't place all your energy on looks or even on affection alone. Those things matter, but they're not what lasts. What keeps a man over 60 missing you is the sense of meaning you bring into his days, the feeling that life with you isn't just pleasant, but purposeful. Because while beauty may fade and passion may change, the meaning you build together is the one treasure that endures. Now we arrive at the part where everything comes together, the place where I gather all we've explored and bring it into one simple truth. At the end of all we've uncovered today, the truth is clear. What makes a man over 60 miss you isn't performance, appearance, or charm. It's the steady qualities that touch his heart in silence and stay with him when you're not there. Consistency, respectful space, emotional attunement, and shared meaning. These are not strategies to use, but ways of living that bring depth to both love and life. And here lies the real gift. When you remember these truths, you're not only becoming unforgettable to him, you're also shaping a life that feels lighter, steadier, and more meaningful for yourself. Because at this stage, love isn't about chasing or clinging. It's about creating a peace worth returning to. As Rumi once said, goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes. For those who love with heart and soul, there is no separation. When you live from that place, a man doesn't just miss you, he treasures you. So if today's message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Journey After 60, save it for later reflection, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me which of these reminders resonated most with you, or what topic you'd love us to explore together next time. Until then, I wish you steadiness, warmth, and the kind of love that only grows richer with age. Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.